Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Temple, and it's your boy 10. And yes, we are on the countdown show of the Premier League, and of course we look at other leagues. Currently at the Premier League we are on round 31, of course, yes, and almost everyone has met up save Manchester City when we're talking about the big guys. And we saw a lot of actions in the weekend, of which we're going to be reacting to, and we're going to be predicting, of course, the future actions. So some of the actions we saw, the first one, of course, was Bournemouth hosting Manchester United at home, and Manchester United ended the match in a 2-2 draw, though conceding a red card. We all thought that Manchester United were going to win that game because of how they have performed in the past, but it was not generally a terrible performance. It's just a lack of form here and there, but I believe they'll be fine. Next, we saw Brighton and Liverpool in what was nothing but a show of shame and practice excellence. Not pure excellence, but I would say practice excellence, because of course Brighton had their 2 goals by Danny Welbeck, all in the same way and pattern. Cross from one side to the other, control, tap in, head in, as simple as that. And then Liverpool were just terrible. Liverpool were nothing short of terrible. It couldn't be worse, and they could only get a goal by Kekes, which was just should I say mere chance or mistake, something of that nature. But it was not really a pleasant match to watch by the Liverpool fans at all, by any means. We also had Fulham versus Burnley. Fulham came out on top. I said it clearly that Burnley might only want to give them relegation scars, but Fulham were not buying it at all. They dominated, they were at home, and they did what they needed to do. Next of all, we had Everton versus Chelsea. That match, analysts said it before time. People said it before time that Everton and Chelsea are currently on the same form level, because there's nobody you can bank on in Chelsea to bring the goals, to bring the win, that's on hot fire form. Meanwhile, with Everton, Beto and his guys have been pushing. They have been pushing, and when we saw them turn up, and they did turn up massively, more than we expected. Maybe we were expecting a draw or narrow win by Chelsea, but no. Everton were not going to have it at all, and they really gave them something to go home with, and it was big. 3 points, 3 goals, 3-goal difference. Leeds versus Brentford ended in a draw. Sunderland did not allow Newcastle to bully them at home. They came out on top with a 2-1 win, which was a nice one at the end of the day. Aston Villa are kind of finding their way back. I think so far the Aston Villa team is missing only one person, and that is Talisman. And once he's back, I think we'll see the Aston Villa we saw that was going for a 10 straight win in the earlier part of the season, right? They're going for 10 wins in a row. That's the Aston Villa we had at the beginning of the season, but they are kind of coming back. I don't know if I can say it's coming back, because West Ham have not also been their best. But then, if West Ham could hold Man City to a draw, Aston Villa then needed some guts to pull this off, and they did pull it off well at home. And then finally, we had Forest against Tottenham. It was Tottenham's home, and Forest pushed them. In short, this win was a big win for Forest, not just for Forest, not just this match alone, but the match between Aston Villa and West Ham as well, because West Ham are trying to pull either Forest or Tottenham down, because both of them are the one at that angle, at that area. And then Tottenham, relegation battle, like battle of the relegation guys, Tottenham failed to get a point from Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest did harm Tottenham in a serious way. So and with that, at the table currently, we have at the relegation side West Ham, Burnley, Wolves. Nothing shaking. It's just that now Nottingham Forest are 2 points above Tottenham, and Tottenham are just 1 point above West Ham, which is not really good for Tottenham. I hope they survive it, because I feel they are too big to be playing in the championship side. Before we go to next week, we had our cup final between Arsenal and Man City, and I just want to make it clear that Man City were the team who came out to win the cup. Arsenal did not come out. Arsenal as a football team did not come out to win that cup. Probably just individual players, Hincapié, Saliba. We just had the defenders coming out, right? We did not see any beautiful game from Arsenal. Arsenal were nothing short of terrible. They were terrible. It was awful to watch, and it was nice goals from O'Reilly as well. Big up to Pep Guardiola. 40 trophies. 40 trophies. Nobody have done it like this guy. And even in the Premier League, I realized that he has won more Premier Leagues than even La Liga and Bundesliga. That's such a big feat to achieve. And so now we are heading next to round 32. What are we going to see? Let's have this quick. So first of all, we have West Ham versus Wolves. Two relegation side, right? So West Ham has the ability, the chance to escape, but Wolves is casted on stone. Their relegation is casted on stone. Wolves may want to be like, come on, bro, let's go down, let's go deep together. You know, we've been here together through the season. Let's just end it. And West Ham is going to be like, no, I have a survival chance and I'm willing to take it. Wolves are kind of picking up in performance. West Ham as well, but we saw them lose a match against Aston Villa. So probably this will be a narrow win. So I think West Ham will have to get a win over Wolves. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Arsenal are now under pressure. They had their first trophy scar, right? Because we all hope and thought that they could do the quadruple, but Man City gave them their first scar. So now they're under pressure and they know that winning every match is eminent. It's eminent because at this point they are not yet safe. They are not yet safe. And we see Man City is firing hard, trying to catch up. So I think Arsenal are going to win this match. But Bournemouth are a very stubborn side. However, you know, I can't really say individual brilliance for Arsenal. Let's see what Arsenal pulls off. But if Arsenal are not careful, they are going to draw this game in their home. They are going to draw this game at the Emirates. Brentford, Everton, these are two mid-table clubs that are really giving out some brilliant performances. So what is going to happen in this match, I think, is going to be a win for Brentford, because Brentford are definitely better than Everton, and they are going to definitely come up on top over Everton. However, Everton are in a hot form at the moment. So let's see what goes on. But I think Brentford, I'm giving Brentford the win. Burnley hosting Brighton. I'm not going to say much on this. Brighton is having the win. Liverpool, Fulham. I cannot be confident in the Anfield. Yes, Liverpool red to the blood, but I can't be confident at the Anfield. I can't be. It seems impossible. Fulham knows what they are doing. They kind of are setting with their plan. Liverpool look lost. Liverpool look like a galaxy with lost stars, because we have stars in the club, but they are not finding their rhythm. And Arne Slot is not helping matters at all. But I don't want to sleep on this. 1-1. Liverpool proved me wrong. I think it's going to be a draw. 1-1 draw. But Liverpool proved me wrong. Sunderland, Tottenham. Sunderland are winning this match. Number one, Sunderland are home. Sunderland are not having your stories or your sorries. Sunderland are coming for full out, like they are coming with all they have got. So Sunderland are going to win this match. Tottenham is not a team to brag about, to look up to. However, we saw Tottenham winning their Champions League match against Atletico Madrid that humiliated them earlier, right? So they may want to say, oh, they are good at coming back, bounce backs, but no, that's not going to be the case. Sunderland are going to win this match straight and fair, clean, broad daylight. Newcastle, Crystal Palace. This is going to be a draw game. This is going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw. Nothing much. This is going to be a draw. Forest, Aston Villa. Forest are still trying to make a proper escape route. They don't want... It's going to be a narrow escape at the end of the season, of course. That's per position, right? Because whoever finished 16th, whoever finished 17th, escape narrowly, right? However, they want to make these points wide. They need that point safety. And Aston Villa are also not really yet there. Though we saw them win their last game, but will they be able to pull this off? I don't think so. This is Forest home. Forest are going to win this, but by a very light margin, say 1-0. 1-0. Chelsea, Man City. Man City are going to make Chelsea think that they are not at home, even if they are at home. Just like PSG did. I think Man City have gotten some momentum, extra momentum, and they are going to push with that momentum. So Man City are going to flush Chelsea in their own bridge. Yes, you had me right. I said it, in their own bridge. And then finally, we have Manchester United versus Leeds. And Manchester United are at the Old Trafford. They are in good form. Yes, they drew their last game, but they are in good form as a team. But their star players, likes of Mbeumo and Ahmad, have not really gotten themselves so much. You know, like how before the AFCON, after the AFCON, those periods are good, but coming to the later games, like in the last 5 games, they have not really been themselves. So I hope to see them come back in form. But however, Manchester United are having this win. 2-1, 3-1 is going to be the scoreline. It's your boy 10, and this is the Football Tempo.